Dave Bishop.
Good Monday morning. It is 10 after 9 and another gorgeous day in, Fergus Falls, and it's cold. It's fall, Mary. It's fall.
It is fall. But, the sun is shining, and boy, that sure helps.
It does.
Yeah. So, and yesterday it was windy in the morning, and then it was nice in the afternoon, and then it was windy in the evening. It was kind of a weird day.
And okay.
But looking ahead, though, looks kind of okay. I mean,
it definitely looks
it's November.
Cold. Yeah, I mean, it looks like November. It feels like November. It is November.
Okay, so how about those of you who will sit in a deer stand this weekend? I saw a mix potentially on Saturday in the forecast. Yeah. And do you guys is that kind of what you want as a hunter or not?
You want it cold because you want the deer to stay relatively cold. It'd be nice to get a little snow beforehand. Makes tracking and spotting a lot easier. But when it comes down to it, for clothing-wise, you're bundled up.
Yeah, that's, I guess, right, yeah. So we're going to have to do some bundling up for some outdoor football, too.
Yes.
And wow, way to go, Fergus Falls. Both Fergus Falls Otters and Hillcrest are going on to state. I don't remember the last time that happened.
Where they both went?
Yeah. And I don't think Hillcrest has been to state. I don't know if I'm saying this right, but I think it was either 2002 or 2004, somewhere in there, or 2001. Anyway.
Yeah, early 2000s.
It's been a long time.
I was a part-timer. I remember board hopping the championship game.
Yeah, it's been a long time, and so anyway, and Fergus the Otters just had a nail biter. I was talking to somebody at the Y this morning about how the game went, and they said it was just tooth and nail, at the end there, and so really an exciting win for the Otters.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure when they play.
They play Thursday.
They play Thursday, too.
They take on Orono in Alexandria.
Okay. All right. We have to go all the way to Buffalo for our game.
Ooh.
I know. It's a hike. But it was either that or Marshall. And while they're about the same distance, it's a lot easier to just hop on the interstate and go to Buffalo. So kind of glad it's there. But anyway, so a couple of games for you to follow. I was thinking over the weekend, this is every media outlet's dream when more than one team goes on to state.
Yep.
And so anyway, we're looking forward to that. Of course, it was an exciting day for us, and oh my goodness, so much fun for the boys to play at the Fargo Dome. That in itself was like being at state.
I was thinking of the Otters fans and the Otters when
Friday night.
Oh, it was bad.
It was ugly, wasn't it?
It was.
People that came to our house trick-or-treating, most of them had umbrellas, and I thought, oh, yuck. Good for you for taking your kids out. We had over 150 kids.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We had none. Nobody was there.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Dad's up at Pioneer, and so we kind of hung out with the Pioneer crew, and
they had fun with the Wizard of Oz theme.
Wizard of Oz. Jen was dressed as Dorothy, and parents were, wearing Packers jerseys, and they had a good time. There's a lot of kids that went through there. They ran out of candy, so.
Okay. Well, shoot, I was going to bring you. There's a bowl sitting on the garage step that has about maybe a dozen bags of M&Ms left. We had 2 boxes of 24 left over, but we sent them with people that were hanging out at our house yesterday watching the game. When they left, we're like, here, take a box, here, take a box. That's the last thing we need around our houses.
More candy.
Big bags of M&Ms. So anyway, so we had a great night on Friday night as well with trick-or-treaters. It was a lot of fun. And it was a little cold. Some kids came in and warmed up a little bit. But when I said,
chilly.
I know, do you want to come inside and warm up a little bit? And they knew who we were and everything. So they played volleyball with my granddaughter. So they said, sure, can we? And I'm like, yeah, come on in. So we had fun.
Adam and one of his friends and their family walked around Lake Alice and did the Lake Alice run, which is always an eventful thing.
It is. There's a lot of houses around Lake Alice. Well, I know that there were a lot of people In fact, we had very few trick-or-treaters till about 7:15, and then about 7:30. And I think what happened is they had about 500 kids over at Bethel.
Oh yeah, that
and I think
packed
and
when I
that
drove
wrapped
by.
up at 7:30, and then I think those kids
Came to your
then
house.
came to our neighborhood because it's an easy walk. And so that's when it got super busy, and it was groups of 8 or 10 all the time. It was really fun. I love Halloween.
And it's good that they're traveling groups.
Yeah, big groups. And so it was really fun. Got to see a lot of nieces and nephews, grandniece and grandnephew, and grandkids, and just fun.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, same over the weekend. Nothing new in the government shutdown. We are on day 34.
Yeah.
Soon to be the longest in history, which is not good. What are your thoughts? President Trump could call out this deal and
Do the nuclear option.
Yeah, and he could bypass everything and not have to get those 60 votes. He could just do it with a simple majority, which, of course, if all the Republicans played along, they would have. But that potential danger going forward, too.
Yeah, I don't like invoking the nuclear option, but it's one of those things where this is getting ridiculous, and the Democrats in the Senate have just said that no matter what he says, we're going to say no.
Okay, well, there is a story in the news about the SNAP benefits. And that makes me think of something that our pastor said in church yesterday, which I was really struck by, and it's such a good reminder. We usually help out with the food shelf and the Salvation Army around holidays. And believe it or not, we are coming up on holidays. But this would be a really good time if you are inclined and able to give. I know the Salvation Army can make and the food shelf as well can make the money go a lot further.
Yeah, they've got buying power.
Right. And so if you are inclined to give, this might be a good opportunity and a good time, because there are government workers that live all around us, and if they are going without paychecks, they might be inclined to need a little extra help. So maybe you can help out a family specifically, or maybe you can help out. But I just thought it was really nice that he said, this would be a great time to start helping if you can, So anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there. But Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said Sunday that about 42 million Americans could start receiving SNAP benefits by midweek. The program's funding expired November 1st as the government shutdown entered its 6th week. 2 federal judges ruled on Friday that the Trump administration must use emergency funds to continue the program during the budget standoff. So for those people that rely on those benefits, it sounds like by the middle of the week they could have some of those back. So that's good news for them.
Yeah.
President Trump has ordered the U.S. military to prepare for possible strikes against Islamist militants. This is in Nigeria. He warned that if their government fails to stop the killing of Christians, the United States would halt all aid and could intervene, and he called it this, his words, not mine, guns a-blazing, to eliminate the attackers. Trump said the planned response would be fast, vicious, and sweet. So
and sweet?
Yeah, well, they're going to get the bad guys, and he thinks that's sweet. I don't know that I would use that word, but it's really a terrible place. And they're taking out, if you're Christian, your head's on the block. And these are terrible people, and the government clearly not doing much about it. So I don't know what's going to happen there necessarily. I feel like some of these things have come to the forefront, which we didn't. We knew it was happening, but it hasn't been the lead story in the news.
No.
We've got plenty of other wars going on still, even though there are kind of peace deals in place. But anyway, here's another one that he's saying that we could potentially even put some boots on the ground in Nigeria. Let's see what else we have for you. British police say that Sunday, a stabbing on a London-bound train, which left 11 people injured, was not terrorism related. A 32-year-old British man remains in custody on suspicion of attempted murder, while another man was released without charges. One victim is in life-threatening condition, and 4 others have been discharged from hospitals. And let's see, a new ABC Washington News poll, or Washington Post poll, finds 2/3 of Americans believe the country is pretty seriously off on the wrong track, while about 1/3 think it is moving in the right direction. About 6 in 10, of course, blame President Trump for inflation, and similar numbers disapprove of his handling of the economy, tariffs, and the federal government. So, of course, what are we, how many months in now, 9 months in, 10 months in?
It'd be about 10.
Into this administration. And I guess we have to realize that things don't happen overnight.
No.
And where there are tariffs, then things do become more expensive until we can start creating them in this country. But he did run on the economy. That was one of the things in the forefront.
He's got to get that under control.
And does have to get that under control, I think. So that's kind of what happened over the weekend on a national scale. I saw a frightening story this morning. This happened in Missouri. And there was a young rider on a Mamba roller coaster at Worlds of Fun in Kansas City after her seatbelt allegedly failed. This happened October 11th. Anyway, a young rider, the girl sitting behind my wife, just lets out a blood-curdling scream like I've never heard before. I assumed it was her first time on the ride, but then she said that her seatbelt had come undone. The couple held the girl in place during the 2,005-foot drop that reaches 75 miles per hour. Oh, whoa. Yikes. Even with a belt, I don't want to do that. I had looped my arm underneath her lap bar, which had a pretty big gap between her and the bar. My wife was pushing down on her legs. The ride was shut down immediately and reopened after some inspection. Worlds of Fun implemented fire marshal requested modifications October 30th before reopening the attraction. And there was another one in the news today, and I'm not exactly sure where this happened, but it was one of those Ferris wheels where it was like a cart, you weren't sitting in the traditional bench seat.
Oh, yeah, you're kind of like in a little carriage type thing.
Like a little carriage thing, yep. And as it goes around, of course, that carriage, swivels,
yeah.
and so that it remains upright.
Yep.
Well, one of the carriages did not swivel. It was stuck. And so when it went around, it dumped 2 girls out of the little carriage.
Oh.
And I think they have some pretty serious injuries, but I don't know. I'm so scared of those rides. You just wonder. And I always think of the ones that, get put up in a city and 4 days later they get taken down, go down the road, put it up again. And I always wonder, oh gosh, I hope they got all the bolts tightened on that.
I will always remember when, I'm trying to remember how old I was. I was like 22, 23 the last time I went on a ride. And it was, not the last time I went on a ride, but last time I was at the fair and with my buddies. And they put 2 of us in the zipper. My buddy at the time was a power lifter, so he's a big guy. And then, of course, I'm incredibly tall. They somehow wedged us both in there.
Oh, boy.
Mark by himself was over the weight limit. And so they're trying to, it was the last day, so they're trying to spin us as much as they could. And we heard a bolt break.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's just like...
So what do you do? I mean, the ride is going. It's not like...
We were screaming.
Oh, boy.
And sure enough, we're like, I think something broke. And they're like, well, how much you guys weigh? And then Mark's like, I weigh like 250. And they're like, oh, that's like the limit for the entire carriage.
Oh, my goodness.
So that's marked by himself. And then you got me wedged in there. And it was it was not pretty.
Yeah, boy, for sure. Okay, so we were talking about how people are making ends meet, of course. A lot of people are being pretty creative while they're not receiving paychecks. And I heard the transportation secretary say today, Sean Duffy, say this is only going to get worse. So if you have flight plans, which of course I do.
And my mom and sister are flying this week.
Yeah, and so a good idea to call ahead, check your flight status, make sure it's on time. A lot of the bigger airports, especially on the East Coast, are being affected. But when one airport is affected, all the airports are affected. And there are, there's flights that are just being canceled altogether, some that are being, I saw a story this morning and they said, oh, we've been here for 3 hours. And I felt like saying, well, that's a bummer, but you might be lucky or getting out in 3 hours, it sounds like. So anyway. Okay, when we come back, we'll talk about a furloughed IRS attorney who came up with a good idea to make some extra cash while the government is shut down. And what can boost your memory within 1 hour? I'm in. So that should give you a hint. All right.
Back with more Morning Talk with Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop. Brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. After the markets on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
What's the ox say?
Today on Hot Talk with the Ox, right away, how about them bikes? Then hear if the Senate Republicans nuked the filibuster. Minneapolis mayoral election tomorrow. Oh, and do we have a new gubernatorial candidate? Also today at some point, hear my semi-annual Ole and Lena joke. But kicking off the show, heard it on Hot Talk. Did you or didn't you? See you for Hot Talk with the Ox today from 2 to 5 or 3 to 6 if you forgot to change your clocks on KBRF.
What's the ox say?
Previously on the Under the Hood Show. When I was a kid, I had a chance to get a chemistry set.
I got
Only
the
I'd have
chemistry
known.
set, and I started experimenting with the baking soda and the vinegar thing, and how cool that was. And, of course, I had to overdo it like I do everything. And I got it on a little bigger level, and I got in a lot of trouble, and we had to buy new carpet for the living room. It was not good.
You should listen to the Nordstrom's Under the Hood Show with the Motor Medics right here, KBRF, 1250 a.m., every Saturday at 10 a.m.
The Minnesota Department of Veterans Affairs, together with the Minnesota Department of Military Affairs, reinvest individual contributions of $30 when motorists buy a Support Our Troops license plate at any Minnesota Driver and Vehicle Services Deputy Registrar location. Purchasing a Support Our Troops license plate is a way to show your support daily while driving your vehicle and contribute funds to help support our troops and their families. Please purchase a Support Our Troops license plate to show your support for those who serve.
This is Craig Olson. Join me every Saturday morning at 8 for the Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Football, basketball, soccer, hockey, volleyball, swimming, cross country. I interview area coaches to discuss the season, recap the last game, and preview upcoming games. Catch the live show at 8 on Saturday morning on News Talk 1250 KBRF and the live stream and archived shows at KBRFradio.com. Just click on Sports Streaming. The Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe.
KBRF presents Where to Eat, the culinary adventure, sponsored by Dandelion and Burdock and Service Food in Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Zach Daniels.
And I'm Dave Bishop, your guide to the region's culinary treasures.
Join us as we explore various restaurants, uncover delicious meals, and highlight each restaurant's signature dish.
Experience diverse cuisine types, unique atmospheres, and must-try dishes. Check it out on KBRFradio.com and the Fergus Now app.
New episodes air every first Friday of the month. Where to Eat, powered by Dandelion and Burdock and Service Food of Fergus Falls.
Find out why the markets are moving. Get in-depth ag information with the Red River Farm Network on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
Good morning. Market update time here on the Red River Farm Network. I'm Tyler Donaldson. Grains markets trading a bit lower here in both corn and wheat contracts. Soybeans trading mixed here to start out the week's trade. Corn Belt marketing market analyst Sam Hudson says that there's still some clarity needed here on the trade deal between the U.S. and China in terms of how many soybeans and when they're going to be purchased.
Well, mostly, carrying from last week's narrative, we continue to see a lot of banter about the U.S. and China trade relations, how quickly we're going to see the sales, what are the amounts of the sales, and then obviously proving them with the government being open or closed or what have you. So I would say the additional, big news going into this week is it sounds like we're going to get, according to NASS, this November crop production report on November 14th, so it'll be a little bit delayed. But that could kind of be a reset button here amidst all of this noise until we can actually verify what's going on.
Cattle markets slightly oversold.
Continued bounce, just a little bit oversold here, I still think. Obviously the cash, front end can't fall as quickly as the futures do, and so that convergence is still going to be top of mind here for, looking at these front end contracts, both for the live and feeder cattle. Where we go from here, I would say the cut in interest rates is definitely something to think about here long-term, big picture, when all the other policy, situations seem to be a little uncertain as far as beef imports and, border openings and stuff like that. Assuming we don't have an immediate reopening there that's scalable, I think it's possible that you could see another bounce in this market again until we can really confirm, the ability for the producer to retain heifers.
That's Corn Belt market analyst Sam Hudson. Reporting agriculture's business, you're listening to the Red River Farm Network.
You can't do the same thing and expect different results. So here's some advice. Change the seed and you'll change the game. Zitavo soybean seed is the seed you've always wanted. It's been tested again and again, going through at least 12 quality control protocols because 11 wasn't enough. All to ensure that you get consistent performance from every seed that can pay off with better soybean yield. Zitavo soybean seed is ready to raise the bar for soybeans. Are you? Learn more at xitavosoybeanseed.com. Always read and follow label directions.
Unique farming operations need unique financial solutions. Ag Country Farm Credit Services offers customized financing that fits any size farm, ranch, or agribusiness. The next time you're in the market for more land, equipment, facilities, or maybe even an operating loan, contact the team at Ag Country. They know agriculture and will work for you. Ag Country. Focused on ag, focused on you. Ag Country is an equal opportunity lender.
With that morning cup of coffee and the Red River Farm Network on the radio, you're ready to take on the day. Farming and ranching is a bottom line business, and we treat it that way at the Red River Farm Network. Our team of dedicated ag journalists include Don Wick, Tyler Donaldson, and Jamie Dickerman, plus ag meteorologist Drew Lerner. Farm news, markets, and weather from the #1 rated farm radio team in the region. We're the Red River Farm Network, and we're reporting agriculture's business. Farmers and ranchers depend on farm radio. In fact, the average farm has 11 radios. Over half of our farm listeners have 20 or more radios on the farm. The Red River Farm Network is your go-to source for farm news, markets, and weather. Dedicated, determined, dependable. Don Wick, Jamie Dickerman, Tyler Donaldson, Drew Lerner on the Red River Farm Network. We're the Red River Farm Network, and we're reporting agriculture's business.
December wheat Minneapolis is 2 3/4 lower to 5.50 1/4. Chicago December wheat's 2 1/4 down to 5.31 3/4. December corn 3 3/4 lower at 4.27 3/4. November soybeans a penny and a half higher to 11.01 1/4. November canola in Winnipeg's $1.80 per metric ton lower to 6.21 Canadian. December live cattle are up $1.60 to 231.27. November feeders are 265 higher to 341.52. December hogs, they're $1.25 lower at 80.02. Reporting agriculture's business, you're listening to the Red River Farm Network.
What's the ox say?
Today on Hot Talk with the Ox, right away, how about them bikes? Then hear if the Senate Republicans nuked the filibuster. Minneapolis mayoral election tomorrow. Oh, and do we have a new gubernatorial candidate? Also today at some point, hear my semi-annual Ole and Lena joke. But kicking off the show, heard it on Hot Talk. Did you or didn't you? See you for Hot Talk with the Ox today from 2 to 5 or 3 to 6 if you forgot to change your clocks on KBRF.
What's the ox say?
I'm Jessica at the Fergus Falls Monument Company. I'm the first person you see when you come through the door, and I also talk to customers every day on the phone. Many of them find choosing a memorial ahead of time is convenient and works best when there is time to plan and think about it. Planning ahead not only gets you the everlasting memorial of your choice, it also helps your family through the grieving process. At Fergus Falls Monument, we can help you plan ahead and choose a memorial made right here locally. Call or stop in or visit us online at foreverstonememorials.com.
Community is important, and you'll find it at Pioneer Point. Spacious apartments, thoughtfully designed for older adults, provide the best in senior living. Heated parking and elevator access makes life easy. Your neighbors at Pioneer Point hold a welcoming, family-like approach to living. Choosing from an array of special features and options, you'll find many ways to define your lifestyle at Pioneer Point. Call or schedule your tour online today at pioneercare.org.
News Talk 1250 KBRF. Listen anytime, any place with the Fergus Now app on your phone. Now time for one of my favorite segments. It's Two Marys and a Dave.
All right, and we say good morning to Mary at the American Legion. Here we are in November, and I can hardly wait to find out what the November dessert specials are.
We're going to stick with all things pumpkin this month. So we're going to have a pumpkin pie, just a regular, traditional, plain old, normal, everyone's favorite pumpkin pie. And a pumpkin layered cheesecake. We're going to carry that over from last month because it was so popular. And then we're going to make a pumpkin layer cake.
Ooh, that sounds good.
So all things pumpkin. So don't just say I'll have a pumpkin dessert. You got to identify which one you want to have.
Okay. Well, they all sound fabulous. And I mean, when pumpkin's working, I say just let her go, huh?
Well, in November, it's kind of got to do the pumpkin thing because it's no good in December.
Absolutely. So, well, we're looking forward to that. And, of course, every Monday we get to visit with you, and then we also get to find out what the Wednesday special is. And, of course, you're open for business Wednesday through Saturday.
We are. We open Wednesday, like Mary said, Wednesday through Saturday. The dine-in is from 3 until 8, Wednesday through Saturday. And carry-out is from 11 to 8, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then 3 to 8 on Saturday.
Okay.
So all 4 days you can get what you need. We're happy to take care of you.
Okay. So, drum roll, please. Wednesday special.
Our special for this Wednesday is a tater tot hot dish.
Oh, that sounds just great. There is, I don't know, that's near the top of the list in comfort food for me.
Well, I think all those fall casserole things are pretty popular, so
right.
I think they all eat good. They're just plain good.
I think so, too. And, of course, we've got Veterans Day not very far down the road.
That's right. It's a week from tomorrow. It's on the 11th, and, of course, we're offering our stew and our desserts for that day. But we also have a special program at 1 o'clock. The Daughters of the American Revolution are going to be here, and they have a short program to present about the Vietnam veteran commemoration. So we invite you all to come. They have a short program, then they'll thank each and every Vietnam War veteran, and they're focusing on people that have served between 1955 and 1975. But all are welcome. All veterans are appreciated, and will be thanked. But that's the particular time frame that they're focusing on for the commemoration.
Okay, so 1 o'clock, and that is on the 11th.
On the 11th, yep.
Okay.
So come for stew and stay for the program.
Okay, well, that sounds great. Looking forward to that. So lots of fun things going on, and I just can't believe that we are into November, and now we're talking about sort of the middle of November. So
yeah, it's crazy. And it
goes
seems like it still should be fall.
I know. It goes fast for sure. Well, Mary, what is the number to call if we would like to know maybe more about that program, or we'd like to make sure that we get on the list for the Wednesday special?
Give us a call at 739-4633.
All right. Mary, have a great day.
You as well. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Mary
Bye-bye.
from the American Legion, our guest on the show today. So 1 p.m. on November 11th, first of all, they'll be serving veteran stew, which they do each and every year. And then at 1 o'clock, Daughters of the American Revolution will be putting on that program, and all veterans from any era are invited to attend. So we'll make sure that at least I'll try to remember to keep reminding you of that fact. All right. Okay. So I have to be corrected here. I just, as I was going through my Facebook feed, I came across something from the coach of the Hillcrest Comets, and he posted something that was on KBRF News, and it says this: for the first time since 2016, Hillcrest Academy is heading to the state tournament.
They made it to the state tournament.
And it must have been back in 01 or 02. Did they win the state tournament?
They won the state tournament back then, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, so I was wrong in that, and I just want to make sure that we give credit where credit is due. They were there in 2016. So, but we've waited a long time.
It's been a while since we've had both.
Yeah, oh boy, for sure. So, okay, let's see what else we have. Oh, I know this. So, did you want to guess what could boost your memory within 1 hour? And it's something that I love. And it's not a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Walking?
No. Nope, it's food. I'll give you another guess.
Oh, it's got to be something I hate, squash.
No, no, it isn't. Dark chocolate. Well, that's something you hate, sort of.
I
don't hate it, but you don't love it.
I don't hate dark chocolate. I just don't prefer it. I prefer milk chocolate over dark chocolate. I mean, but somebody gives me some dark chocolate, I'm going to eat it.
Me too. I love dark chocolate. But I think dark chocolate, I always say dark chocolate is like coffee or maybe even red wine if you're a wine drinker. That is something that you don't just taste the first time and say, oh, this is fabulous.
Yeah.
So coffee is the other one. I mean, the first time you taste coffee, you're like, ugh. So I don't know why we go on to drink something that we don't love the first time, but we do. A coffee being one.
Yeah.
I think I blame my coffee drinking on radio, because when I started on the board where you're sitting now, and I would be there for a 4-hour shift every day from 10 to 2, and I drank coffee the whole time.
Yep.
And so I'm going to blame radio for my coffee addiction.
I developed coffee addiction as a young age because when we were traveling all the hockey trips and stuff, it's what my parents had. They had the big, that Stanley thermos.
Stanley thermos. And can't you smell the car?
Oh, yeah.
And then you take that off and then you'd pour it in the plastic cup that was on top.
Yep, it'd be like, I'm thirsty. Well, this is what we got. If you want something to drink, here you go. This is it.
We did the exact same
thing. So that's how I got into coffee. I mean,
it
was kind of a non issues like this is what you're gonna have if you're thirsty. There you go.
And I remember so many times not being, of course, as a kid, a coffee drinker, but exactly that. Parents would say, "Well, this is what we got. So if you're thirsty," and they'd pour a little bit in that red plastic cup at the top.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's kind of a good memory.
Yeah, that's how I got into coffee, and I drank a lot of it when I was a counselor and. You have to get up early with the kids.
Okay. Well, I blame radio because, 4 hours sitting when you did a shift, mine was from 10 to 2, and a lot of it was kind of boring, honestly. And so coffee was just kind of the thing.
You got to make your shift exciting, Mary.
It was, it was just your go-to, I guess. I don't know. It was a habit, I think, and... Well, I continued the habit. But anyway, there's some Japanese researchers that found that dark chocolate's bitter compounds can enhance your memory performance within an hour after eating it. So scientists gave flavanol extracts to mice before the memory test. I don't know how you see if a mouse can remember something. But anyway, the treated mice showed 30% better object recognition compared to controls given in plain water. Researchers discovered that flavanols trigger noradrenaline release in the brain's hippocampus. I'm sure glad I chose this story. Hippocampus, there we go. The region responsible for memory formation. Did you know your hippocampus is where the memory is? Well, now you do.
Sure. I'll remember that.
Brain imaging revealed elevated levels lasting about an hour, coinciding with the critical window when short-term memories transfer to long-term storage.
Oh, there we go.
I feel like I've got way too much long-term storage.
Yep.
And not enough short-term recall. I need a little purge. I need to defrag this old brain and get rid of the junk that doesn't matter anymore.
Exactly. I have the world's worst short-term memory. I mean, it is awful.
Okay, so tell me if this happens to you. And I have to be really intentional when I meet people and they'll introduce themselves or someone introduces them to me. I have to think, oh, this is Dave Bishop. And I'm like, Dave Bishop, Dave Bishop, Dave Bishop. And I have to keep like saying it to myself because I'm so busy thinking, well, I'm interested to know more about Dave Bishop. Tell me about blah, blah, blah. And I go on in this conversation.
Then you forget their name.
By the end, I don't even have a clue what your name is.
Yeah.
So that happens to me pretty regularly.
It happens to me quite a bit.
Yeah. So anyway, I have to really kind of push myself to say, okay, remember his name is Dave. Dave. Because especially in this business, I've recalled, and I'll tell you the truth here. Sometimes when I've been doing this show, and just think how many guests you and I have interviewed over the years.
Thousands.
And sometimes they would be regular guests. They would come in once a month. And once in a while, I would just get this brain stoppage. And somebody who is here once a month, I should know their name like my own. And do you think I could recall it? I mean, sometimes. And then panic sets in. And then you really can't think. So anyway, I say, here to more dark chocolate.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dark chocolate.
And the fact that it's got a pretty short turnaround time. And so there it is, an hour, and you will have a better memory, a memory boost just by eating dark chocolate. I am in.
So what were we supposed to eat?
I didn't fall for it. Hey. Okay, so I'm kind of proud of myself from what I accomplished over the weekend. Did you get that picture?
I did. And that was a level of organization I cannot.
You don't even want to.
I can't even compete with.
You don't want to show it even?
I can show it.
Okay, so everyone knows that I start Christmas shopping pretty early, but then I always leave all the wrapping, and by then I've stashed stuff here and there and everywhere, and I forget who's getting what, and it's nightmarish. So I decided that I was going to be a little more organized this year. And so I dug out all the gifts. First of all, I put them all in the same place. And then I dug them out and I chronicled them. And look, if you're watching, what you're seeing is,
wrapped gifts.
10 wrapped gifts or 12 wrapped gifts. So I feel really good about that. And so I am well on my way. Should I scare everybody? 24 days till Thanksgiving, 52 days to Christmas. So there you go.
And I've got one Christmas gift thought about.
Okay, well, you're thinking.
Yeah, and I have to place the order quickly because it takes a while.
Well, I was starting to feel like clearly we're just talking about memory.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easy to forget, when you buy a little bit here and a gift here and a gift here and there and for everyone. And then I'm all of a sudden like, well, I wonder how many gifts I have for so-and-so, or what did I buy? How much should I spend? Blah, blah. So I brought all of the gifts out, which finally I had stored them all in the same place. So that's helpful. But anyway, brought them all out. I made a list, categorized them, and I numbered them per recipient. So Dave, gift number 1 is...
for you.
Dark chocolate. Gift number 2 is a backpack, that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
So then, because I didn't have any to and from labels, so I just wrote their name and number 1 or number 2 or number 3, and now I've got the master list of what number 1, 2, and 3 is.
Oh.
See?
That's a level of organization I can't handle.
I finally, it clicked, and I think this is going to make sense, because not only do you know what each gift is, because you kind of like to save the bigger ones for the end,
Oh, yeah.
But I can keep track of spending, and because I like to spend this about the same on
the
grandkids.
definitely.
And so it's an easy way to do that. And anyway, so I feel like I accomplished mountains just by doing that. Now, will I still be shopping and wrapping on the 23rd? Absolutely, I will. So don't give me too many high marks, but it was a good start. So I thought you should see that. How about that? Christmas and Halloween all in the same weekend. All right, whatever else we have for you. Oh, yeah, the furloughed IRS attorney. He said, I just can't go without too many paychecks. So he's furloughed. Turned his childhood dream into a reality during the government shutdown by operating Shyster's Dogs, a hot dog stand in Washington, D.C. He was furloughed on October 8th after obtaining permits in late September. He now works 7 days a week selling hot dogs for $10 or $17 if it comes with a drink. I'm having a grand old time sligging hot dogs, he said. His menu features a correct hot dog with mustard and sauerkraut versus a hot dog with the wrong toppings that costs an extra $1 penalty because it's got the wrong stuff on it, I guess.
That'd be an IRS lawyer.
Yeah. The stand's motto is the only honest ripoff in D.C. I love it. Anyway, he sells approximately 50 hot dogs daily, plans to continue the weekend business after returning to his IRS position. But I'm definitely not giving this up, he said. This is going to be a weekend project, I think, for good. So there you go. Sounds like fun, I think.
Well, I mean, he's
50
making
dogs, so he's making
$500.
Yeah, $500 a day.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Better than nothing, right?
Yeah.
Buy some groceries anyway. So anyway,
Doesn't need to buy groceries. You can just eat the leftover hot dogs.
just hot dogs, yeah. But isn't it funny? People they don't blink at spending $10 on a hot dog. Clearly, it is not the government employees that are buying those hot dogs. Oh boy.
Right,
Yeah.
DC staffers.
Yeah, oh my goodness, isn't it time for all of this to just come
This
to an
needs to be
end?
done.
And you can point the finger where you want to point the finger, but
A lot of people are being affected.
a lot of people are being affected. However, I mean, this could come. It should never happened in the first place.
No.
And this is just a political battle between the sides, and people are being hurt. And
It's a game for them.
it is a game. It's not a very nice game
No.
either for those people who aren't getting paychecks. So I just don't know how this is going to end, but it needs to for sure. And the thing is, like I said, it should have never started in the first place. They could have been. The government could be running as always right now, and they could be fighting out these fights with health, with regard to health care, as their job, as they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
But
They didn't want to pass a continuing resolution.
okay. And did you see? I saw this morning. I don't know if this is old news or not, but I don't watch too much news over the weekend. But there is another person throwing their hat in their ring, going up against Tim Walz.
Yeah, Lisa Dameth, the House Majority Leader, House Speaker.
Yeah.
She's
So we'll see, right?
Yep.
She's a Democrat.
She's a Republican.
Oh, she is?
Yep.
I thought she was,
Nope.
but she's the House leader.
Yep. The
Okay.
Republicans have the House.
Okay. All right. I had that confused.
Nope.
Well, anyway, what do you think? I mean, you know
I
a
think
little
she's
bit
good.
more about her?
I think the other woman that's involved, I can't ever remember her name. I think she's
I
got a little
can't
bit
either,
more of
which
an
is
edge.
not a great sign.
But I mean, Lisa's got the name recognition. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I mean, to defeat Walz is going to be pretty tough.
I think so too.
I don't see it happening, but
Does it ever happen that, and maybe I've asked this before, that someone who is the current governor, does it ever happen that another Democrat would challenge him in a primary, or doesn't it?
it can happen, but
can,
quite
but it
honestly, it's a
doesn't.
waste of money for your party.
Right.
Because the incumbent is going to win.
Right. I just wondered if that ever happens or if it is a possibility.
I mean, which president? Was it Theodore Roosevelt that the Republicans or Democrats didn't want to run again, and they primaried him, and he had to run as the Bull Moose Party, and he lost?
That's right. That's right.
So, I mean, it does happen on occasion, but, I mean, it's rare. I mean, you've got a guy that has been elected.
Right.
And most likely will get elected again, no matter what we all think of him.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so got to watch what's going on in New York tomorrow. That's tomorrow, right?
Yep, the Great Mondani.
Oh, boy. Although, I don't know if this is a good sign or not, but in typically red parts of the city, voter turnout has been incredibly high. What's that going to mean? I don't know. But anyway, I think it'll be interesting to watch that. And then interesting to see the fallout if he is, in fact, elected.
And of course, you got the race down in the cities. Minneapolis, a mayoral race. That's going on, too.
There's another one. And, boy, no matter how that one turns out, I think...
No matter who wins, the loser is the people that go to Minneapolis.
Yes, for sure. Minnesota has become just a real laughingstock, and that's really, really unfortunate. I thought we would always love Minnesota, but turns out not so much anymore. It's getting pretty hard to take. Although, here's the silver lining, at least from the weekend. Gophers were winners. The Vikings were winners. So there's a little bit of happy in Minnesota.
Little happy.
Did you? You probably didn't watch the Vikes game yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I watched. I was the only one on who couldn't watch a Packer game, so.
Okay, all right. Well, anyway, turned out a whole lot different than anyone thought, I think.
Yeah.
But they sure kind of made it a little too exciting near the end. But anyway. All right, coming up on 10 o'clock, that's going to wrap it up. And thank you for joining us. Our show today and every day brought to us by Pioneer Care and by Fergus Monument Company. Have a great day.
The Minnesota Department of Veterans Affairs, together with the Minnesota Department of Military Affairs, reinvest individual contributions of $30 when motorists buy a Support Our Troops license plate at any Minnesota driver